Okay everyone, today we're going to talk about some HSP RC cars today. My daughter's taken a bit of an interest in RC cars and I didn't want to get a non-hobby grade RC just due to the fact I can't repair it. So I actually brought the little HSP Hunter. It's 1/16 scale, and to race with I brought the Trojan as well. We got them in a kit. These are brushed versions, so they are the cheaper models. These are pretty cheap. We're just gonna go over what they got, what you're getting for such a cheap sort of model, but bang for buck, they're quite good. We're gonna move the Trojan out of the way. We're gonna bring the Hunter over. I'll take the clips off. Show you a bit what's going on inside. Okay. Pretty much, it's got a wishbone suspension front and rear, which is not too bad. Foam filled tyres. It's running a nickel metal hydride battery. It is a 7.2 volt. I'll show you in a second once I untangle this cable. 1100 mAh, 7.2 volt. Not a bad little battery. And get the grass out of the way. Its center diff has actually moved much further back. It's not centered. It's further towards the back, towards the rear differential. It's got a full-size servo in it, which is unusual for a smaller model. It should actually be with smaller servos, but that's good. That's a generic size, so swapping them out's got to be very easy. As you've probably seen, if you've seen a Hunter before, this one's a little different. This is my daughter's car. She managed to bend the shocks about 4 times, and I ended up straightening them out. This bumper bar is in fact off the Kidking. I've installed that, so it's all compatible. What I'll show you now, what I mean by all compatible, bring the buggy over. If you see them side by side, there's not much changing on them. They're almost compatible on parts. So this bumper bar, when I say cheap, was $5. And if that saves the shocks, so if you do manage to bend the shocks, a 4 set is like $15. So not expensive. Overall, we are going to do an unboxing of the Kidking. This is a brand new model. It's still in box, still sealed. This is the brushless version. For a little bit more of a kick, as you can see, it has LiPo batteries. Comes with also a spare. It comes with a mAh battery and nickel metal hydride battery in the kit. Everything else goes with it. If you see, if I get the remote, for a cheap model, this is not exactly normal either. Maybe I should turn the handset on first. And the buggy does not have enough power. Oh, the handset died. Try the other one. I did test this, but it was on this truck. You see the steering is fully proportional. So if I turn only slightly, it turns slightly. Cheaper models, if you turn just a little bit, it'll go full lock. So that includes your throttle as well. So that's a pretty nifty little trick on such a cheap model. These are in fact the handsets that come with them, because they look the same. We did put off-road truggy on there, so we know Gwen's remote from the Trojan remote. They take 8 batteries. that back on, that'd be great. So that's overall, as I said, foam in tyres on this one. This one seems a little light. I'm not too sure if it does have foam in them. I think it's softer gauge foam. I'm not too sure. This is just a hobby we kind of get into just for a bit of interest. I do have a few bigger vehicles, bigger nitros, Traxxas, low-C, HPI models. These are good for front yard bashing. Still shock towers on them, cooler. This is your ECU, your receiver, brush motor and pinion gear, spur gear, all in there. Steel drive lines on it, front and rear, metal cups. That is built strong. In the centre, I'll show you on the other truck. Keep the battery out of the way. In the centre there, this blue rod here is the centre drive shaft. They've somehow, some reason, they put anodized blue aluminium drive shaft in there. I'm not sure if that's to save the drive line if you overvolt it or something. I'm not too sure. But overall, bang for buck is pretty good. Pretty good. We've bashed them probably for about a month now, and they've survived except for the shocks at the time, which I believe is, I can't even tell now, I've straightened it that well. Took the beating, but this should have solved that problem. It does have some cushion on it to absorb some impacts. It's got like a radio tray, it goes front and back. I think that's like a sort of a tower support brace as well, on top of being flat enough to put your electrics on. A lot of reviews say that their diffs are a little weak. Did a lot of research. There is no upgrade diffs of as yet to upgrade them to metal, so these aren't going to push the strength of the diff. That one I'm not too sure of. So if it does manage to break a diff, we will have a look into it and see if we can do some sort of a diff upgrade to make it a little bit stronger. But this one here will run on actually LiPo batteries, 7.4 2200 mAh 30C batteries, cells, packs. So if I open that one, this one already comes standard with a Dean's connector on it. Usual LiPo, balance lead, main lead, and I'm not sure how they just fit just yet, but I think they're a little wider than a normal battery, but if you just kick them up on an angle, I think it should be okay. We haven't tried yet, but we are going to do an unboxing of the Kidking or King Linus on a separate video. But overall, the bang for the dollar out of these cars is pretty good. They do have oil-filled shocks. They feel a little spongy, but not too bad. I've had worse shocks. You know, for $15 to buy new shocks on it, it's not too bad at all, considering like I needed shocks for, I think it was an LST nitro truck. Yeah, it's a big caliber shocks, but they're almost $100. These are $15. It's perfect thing for the daughter to learn on. Everything, every part on this car can be built. You can build this car from the ground up by purchasing the parts individually off of eBay. You will spend a little more than buying, of course, the RTR, but it's credit to it as being I believe it's a Chinese model. They've made a massive step up on their models. These are actually quite good quality. Flexible plastic, so less likely to break. Bending, I'm not too sure of yet, but for a $3 arm, you know, even the chassis itself is something like $8, $9. You have to check on eBay or hobby supplier. Any servo will fit it. Great all-round car. So you can adjust your camber, adjustable turnbuckles on there, which is actually surprising to have. None on the top. Adjustable toe in, toe out turnbuckles there, as well as for your servo saver adjustable turnbuckle on there. There is a lot of aftermarket parts for it. You can buy enough parts for this in anodized aluminium, so the car is actually fully anodized aluminium, except for the dips. But you know, we'll work on that if it comes to it and see if we can do an upgrade. But yeah, I'll just leave that one there, put that all back together, and I'm old school. I wanted the aerial to come through, even though it's a bit of a hassle, but even though these models don't need it to actually come through, but a bit old school on that fact. RC car needs an aerial. Battery tray out, that's it. Good little model. Overall sizes, I'll give you a comparison on size. You can probably tell by hand sort of size, but a bit of measuring tape out. This one's about 28 centimeters with the tail fin. There, 28 centimeters long. Overall width, looking just a fraction under 21 centimeters wide, and overall height that is on, looking about just under 12 centimeters high. Buggy's got to be a little different, of course. Narrow wheels, so he's just under about 19.5. Yeah, wheelbase should be about the same, but not including the wing. And overall height of the car itself is less, but if you include the wing, different. That's pretty much the rundown. Like, we're not professionals. We're just trial and error and seeing what happens and dealing with it as it arises. But no issues whatsoever now. This car, in fact, it came with ceramic. Not a ceramic, but just a spacer bearing, a bush. I got the bearings offline, full race bearings offline, and I think they were about $19. That's including both inner and outer hubs, front and rear, the differentials as well, so your outer diffs and the center drive diff, center drive cup. Done it on the front and the rear as well. So this is full bearing race now for $19. This one's still got the bushes in it, but overall these are pretty good money. Like, I'm quite surprised at the quality of them, and as you can see, we brought another one. So this will be now the wife's car. That's my daughter's car. Anyway, this is my daughter's car, this is my wife's car now, and I'll get the brushless. I want to test out the brushless. I used to race in '98, Losi XXT CR graphite truck back in the day, and now everything's totally different now. So I'm learning. We never ran LiPo batteries before. They were always 3000 nickel metal hydride batteries and modified 540s. You know, 12 turn doubles and things like that. So this is all new. This is what we're playing with here in this sort of range. This is the older technology. That's the newer one. So this is going to be all new. We'll do a separate opening of this in a separate video to show what you get in the box, condition, what you get like is in sticker ranges. These are pretty much a lucky dip out of the box. You don't know what they look like. So that's going to be a surprise to us as well. As you can see, it's fully sealed. We don't know what body. We do know it's a Kidking truck, but I'll bring the box over. Good look over that. So this is the Pro Edition RTR. It is not nitro power. In fact, their branding has got stuff everywhere. So it's Pro Edition. That's the code for the truck, and that is the brushless version. Yep. As you can see, they do on-road, off-road, more on-road, different shells. The Truggy and Nitro. It's a Nitro. That's the Hunter Truggy, but they change the names on them. You can see the name's different. And of course the short course. Okay. I'll do a quick run over the remotes. Well, these are 2.4 gigahertz controllers. Back in the day with the big aerials, that's the aerial now. Changing crystals, thing of the past. This one, it'll choose its own frequency to run off, where there is something running on that frequency or already. This will choose another frequency, so you can race them together. So that's a real plus side of it. You have some steering trims and throttle trims, power LED, power, full power there. You also got your reverse and switches depending on left and right for your steering, or forward and backwards for your throttle depending on the switch settings itself, and of course power. You can actually have them charged directly from the wall. Not in this model, these have got ever ready, but these ones I've got my own rechargeables, which I can do off my, no, that's still got ever ready. Well, I brought some rechargeables to charge off my RC charger. You will need a different charger for the LiPo compared to the nickel metal hydride. You can get multi-functions, so it'll do both. I got a Duo. It was I believe it was an Ultra Force, and I can charge these batteries. I got some adapter cables, so I can do all different connectors. Also charge the cells for the receivers. Ultimately, I hope that helps. I'll update some further videos as we use the cars and maybe break the cars. I will show you some repairs, what we've paid and how we fitted, and just how we solved the problem. So keep a lookout, and see if any further videos pop up on this channel, which will be this one, will be the next one, and hope to see you there. Thanks for watching.